You look down at those big, pleading eyes. That tiny, hopeful meow echoes in the quiet of your kitchen. It's just a small bite of your dinner, right? A tiny scrap from the cutting board? What could possibly go wrong? Well, what if I told you that innocent-looking treat could be a one-way ticket to the emergency vet? We love our cats. We see them as family, and sharing our food can feel like a way of sharing our love. But many of the foods we enjoy are silent dangers to our feline friends. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the common household foods that could be secretly harming your cat. We're counting down 15 of them, and some of these will absolutely shock you. Stay with us, because number 3 on our list is a so-called classic cat treat that millions of owners give their pets every single day without realizing the painful consequences. 15. The Allium attack. Onions, garlic, and chives. We start our list with a family of vegetables that are staples in almost every kitchen, the Allium family. This includes onions, garlic, chives, shallots, and leeks. You might think, my cat would never eat a raw onion. And you're probably right, but the danger is often hidden. These vegetables are frequently used in powdered form, in broths, sauces, soups, and even some baby foods. A little bit of gravy from your plate or some sauce licked from a bowl could be enough to cause serious problems. These plants contain compounds that can damage your cat's red blood cells, leading to a dangerous condition called anemia. It makes them weak, lethargic, and can even cause them to collapse. So before you let your kitty clean your plate, remember the hidden danger of the Allium family. That seemingly harmless lick could be the start of a serious health crisis. 14. The bitter truth about chocolate. This one might seem obvious to some, but you'd be surprised how often it happens. Chocolate is a firm no for cats, and the darker the chocolate, the more dangerous it is. It's not about the sugar or the fat, it's about 2 key ingredients, theobromine and caffeine. Humans can metabolize these compounds easily, but cats can't. They build up in their system to toxic levels, acting as a stimulant that sends their body into overdrive. This can cause restlessness, a racing heart, muscle tremors, seizures, and in severe cases, it can be fatal. A small square of baker's chocolate has enough of these toxins to cause a big problem for a small cat. So keep those chocolate bars, cocoa powders, and baked goods securely out of paw's reach. 13. The unhappy hour alcohol. Sharing a sip of your wine or beer with your cat might seem like a funny party trick, but it's incredibly dangerous. A cat's liver and kidneys are not designed to filter alcohol. Their small body size means that even a minuscule amount, we're talking a teaspoon, can be toxic. Alcohol poisoning in cats looks a lot like it does in humans, but the effects are magnified 100-fold. They can become disoriented, struggle to walk, have trouble breathing, and experience a dangerous drop in blood sugar and body temperature. In the worst-case scenario, it can lead to coma or death. This also includes alcohol hidden in desserts like rum cake or in certain food flavorings. Your happy hour should never, ever include your cat. 12. A jolt to the system. Caffeine. Just like its partner in crime, theobromine in chocolate, caffeine is a powerful stimulant that a cat's nervous system simply cannot handle. This isn't just about your morning cup of coffee. Caffeine lurks in many places. Tea, soda, energy drinks, and even some pain medications. A few licks from a spilled coffee or a curious taste of a tea bag can be enough to cause caffeine poisoning. The symptoms are alarming: hyperactivity, rapid breathing, heart palpitations, and muscle tremors. Your cat might seem like it's bouncing off the walls, but inside, its body is in distress. There is no antidote for caffeine poisoning. Vets can only provide supportive care and hope the cat's system can flush it out. That morning ritual you can't live without could be the one thing your cat can't survive. 11.
the treacherous tidbit, grapes and raisins. Here's one that surprises many pet owners. Grapes and raisins are touted as a healthy snack for humans, packed with vitamins and antioxidants. For cats and dogs, however, they are a poison that can be lethal. Scientists still haven't pinpointed the exact toxin within grapes and raisins that causes the problem, but the outcome is devastatingly clear. They can cause sudden acute kidney failure. The scary part is that the toxicity doesn't seem to be dose-dependent. For some cats, a single raisin can be enough to shut their kidneys down, while others might eat a few with no apparent effect. You just don't know. Symptoms include vomiting, lethargy, and a lack of appetite. It's a gamble you never want to take. That innocent grape that rolled off the counter isn't a toy. It's a potential tragedy. Before we move on, I want you to think about all the sugar-free products in your pantry right now. Your yogurt, your peanut butter, maybe even your chewing gum. One of the most dangerous toxins for pets is hiding in plain sight in these items, and we'll be covering it very soon. 10. The hidden sweetener, xylitol. This is the one we just hinted at, and it's a big one. Xylitol is an artificial sweetener found in an ever-growing list of products: sugar-free gum, candy, baked goods, toothpaste, and even some brands of peanut butter. While perfectly safe for humans, it is extremely toxic to pets, including cats. In felines, xylitol triggers a massive, rapid release of insulin from the pancreas. This causes their blood sugar to plummet to life-threateningly low levels, a condition known as hypoglycemia. This can happen within just 10 to 30 minutes of ingestion. Symptoms include vomiting, weakness, staggering, collapse, and seizures. In some cases, it can also lead to liver failure. Always check the label of any sugar-free or low-carb product before even thinking of sharing it. 9. The raw deal. Raw meat, fish, and eggs. There's a popular belief that a natural diet for a cat involves raw food, mimicking their wild ancestors. But our domesticated cats are not wild predators, and feeding them raw meat, fish, or eggs comes with modern-day risks that their ancestors didn't face. The primary dangers are bacteria, like Salmonella and E. coli. These can cause severe gastrointestinal upset with vomiting, diarrhea, and fever. It's not just a risk to your cat either. These bacteria can be transmitted to humans in the household, posing a particular risk to children and the elderly. Furthermore, raw fish contains an enzyme called thiaminase, which breaks down thiamine, an essential B vitamin for cats. A thiamine deficiency can lead to serious neurological problems, including convulsions and coma. Cooking the food kills these harmful bacteria and neutralizes the enzyme, making it a much safer bet. 8. The dangerous chew. Cooked bones. It's an iconic image, a happy pet chewing on a bone. But the reality is far from happy, especially when it comes to cooked bones. The cooking process makes bones brittle and prone to splintering. When a cat chews on a cooked bone from your steak or chicken, those tiny, sharp splinters can cause havoc. They can cut the inside of their mouth and throat, get lodged in their esophagus, or cause a life-threatening obstruction or perforation in their stomach or intestines. It's a gruesome and painful experience that often requires emergency surgery to fix. If you want to give your cat something to chew on, stick to specially designed dental treats and toys, not the leftovers from your dinner plate. 7. Not feeling fine with fat. Fat trimmings. Trimming the fat off a piece of steak or pork and tossing it to your eager cat might seem like a decadent treat. It's pure flavor, right? Unfortunately, that rich bite of fat, whether cooked or uncooked, can overwhelm your cat's digestive system. High-fat foods can lead to severe gastrointestinal upset, including vomiting and diarrhea. More seriously, they can trigger a painful and potentially deadly condition called pancreatitis. This is an inflammation of the pancreas, an organ responsible for releasing digestive enzymes. When it becomes inflamed, it can start to essentially digest itself and surrounding organs. It's an agonizing condition that requires intensive veterinary care. That special treat of fat isn't worth the immense pain and risk.
6. A dog's dinner. If you live in a multi-pet household, it's inevitable that your cat might sneak a bite or two from the dog's bowl. A little nibble here and there isn't going to cause an immediate emergency, but making a habit of it can lead to serious nutritional deficiencies. Cats and dogs have very different dietary needs. Cats are obligate carnivores, meaning they require nutrients found only in animal products. Specifically, they need higher levels of protein, fat, and crucial nutrients like taurine and arachidonic acid. Dog food simply doesn't contain these in the right amounts for a cat to thrive. Over time, a diet of dog food can lead to severe heart conditions, vision problems, and a compromised immune system. They each need their own food for a reason. 5. Too much of a good thing, liver. In small quantities, cooked liver can be a nutritious treat for your cat, packed with vitamin A. Many cat foods and treats even include it as an ingredient. The danger comes with quantity. A little is good, but a lot is toxic. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means that unlike water-soluble vitamins, excess amounts are not easily flushed from the body. Instead, they are stored in the liver. Over time, feeding your cat too much liver can lead to vitamin A toxicity. This is a serious condition that affects their bones, causing deformities, bone spurs on the joints and spine, and osteoporosis. It can lead to a stiff, painful posture and make it difficult for your cat to groom itself. A tiny piece once a week is plenty. Don't overdo it.
Number 4. The Tuna Trap. This one is a shocker for many. The image of a cat happily lapping up tuna from a can is practically a cartoon cliche. And yes, cats love the taste of tuna. But the tuna can for human consumption is not a healthy meal for your cat. First, it lacks the proper balance of vitamins and minerals a cat needs for a complete diet. A tuna-heavy diet can lead to malnutrition. Second, and more importantly, it can lead to a dangerous condition called steatitis, or yellow fat disease. This is a painful inflammation of the body's fatty tissue caused by a diet high in unsaturated fatty acids and deficient in vitamin E. Lastly, tuna can have high levels of mercury, which can build up over time and cause mercury poisoning, leading to neurological damage. A tiny bit in water, not oil, as a very rare treat is the absolute limit. Number 3, the great milk myth. Here it is, the one we warned you about at the beginning, the food that millions of well-meaning owners give their cats based on centuries of folklore and imagery, a saucer of milk. The truth is, this classic treat is a huge mistake. Most adult cats are lactose intolerant. Just like many humans, as kittens wean off their mother's milk, they stop producing sufficient amounts of lactase, the enzyme needed to digest the lactose in milk. Giving an adult cat a bowl of cow's milk can cause significant digestive distress, including stomach cramps, gas, bloating, and diarrhea. You think you're giving them a wholesome, comforting treat, but in reality, you could be giving them a terrible stomachache. That innocent saucer of milk is for most cats a guaranteed ticket to an upset tummy. 2. A recipe for disaster, yeast dough. For those who love to bake bread, this is a critical warning. Raw yeast dough is a double threat to cats. If your cat gets a hold of that rising ball of dough on the counter, it can lead to a true medical emergency.
First, the warm, moist environment of the stomach is a perfect incubator for the yeast, causing the dough to continue to rise and expand. This can stretch your cat's abdomen to a painful and dangerous degree, potentially leading to a life-threatening condition called gastric dilatation volvulus, or bloat, where the stomach twists. Second, as the yeast ferments, it produces alcohol as a byproduct. This alcohol is absorbed directly into the bloodstream, leading to the same severe alcohol poisoning we discussed earlier. Keep all rising dough well out of reach. 1. The forbidden nut, macadamia nuts. Our final food is one that is more commonly associated with dog toxicity, but it is just as dangerous for our feline companions. Macadamia nuts, whether raw or roasted, contain a toxin that affects the nervous system and muscles. While the exact toxic compound is still unknown, the effects are well documented. Ingestion can cause weakness, particularly in the hind legs, lethargy, vomiting, tremors, and hyperthermia, a dangerous elevation in body temperature. Your cat might seem wobbly, unable to stand, or appear to be in pain. While often not fatal, it's a distressing and painful experience that requires immediate veterinary attention. Nuts in general are not a good idea due to their high fat content, but macadamias are in a league of their own when it comes to toxicity. Final thought. So there you have it. 15 foods that prove that loving gesture of sharing your meal can have unintended and heartbreaking consequences. From the kitchen counter to the dinner plate, the dangers are more common than we think. Our cats trust us completely to keep them safe, to be their protectors. And a huge part of that protection is knowing what they can and cannot eat. Before you go, share this video with every cat owner you know. You could be preventing an emergency visit to the vet. And let us know in the comments below, were you surprised by any of the foods on this list? Being informed is the first step, because giving them a happy, healthy, and long life is the greatest treat of all.